Okay, I'm back again, another live stream broadcast or podcast or whatever that is. So basically, I'm in the weekly intentional free time, but I don't know whether I can do another productivity things beside good behavior recording, which already tried to be done previously as usual for around 30 minutes in total. So it was separated into two recording that I tried to record over and over again. So besides, yeah, this is actually the day that I tried to do a little bit different things. Besides, I was finally able to wake up a little bit early in the morning again, even though in the middle of the night there's some issue, but for some reason it didn't eventually call to me in the middle of the night, thankfully. But in the morning, I basically a little bit stress, or even though, yeah, it was actually a simple issue that I can immediately fix. But yeah, in order to prevent it for not going to happen again, I'm not sure whether it is actually possible or not, because yeah, some most of the times, in order to make you not too stressful about the same thing over and over again, which usually called as a burnout, we have to be didn't care about anything that's basically happened in the future, and just trying to solve what's basically able to do for now, because eventually we still need to stand by for some reason, and there's several, most likely there's still several false alarm that still triggered and makes us a little bit stressful, or even weird issue that we never really expect in the future. So that's the reason why, because the future is just full of uncertainty. And yeah, I don't know. So the iPhone battery is technically already in 86%, even though previously I didn't try to charge until 100% and already dropped again, obviously. So I think previously, before I basically start the Animoji recording for the good behavior, it was in 96 or 98%. So it's already 10% decrease after half an hour of using without charging or connect it with the cables. So yeah, but after this I will try to charge it again, obviously, and I will try to do something that I must be do first, because yeah, for some reason I'm just too lazy to do the pre-recorded Animoji, because yeah, I just don't know whether the unintentional or don't know whether the intentional free time is gonna be long or not, because yesterday unintentional free time is actually taking longer than what I expected. But I'm basically don't do any productivity things beside this too. So yeah, because for some reason this is the most convertible things that I can do right now. I'm actually wanted to do a whole different content, but I don't know, because for some reason I always think that, I don't know, I was like thinking about how many mistakes that many people have done in this world, and for some reason I just like feeling their sins, even though yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, because I myself still have a lot of sins that I keep increase, perhaps I keep, because yeah, I'm still trying to do several bad behaviors, obviously. So that's the reason why I don't know whether everything that's basically happened is actually comes from my own mistakes, or it is actually just never just didn't happen yet, because the other people's is still doing bad things, whether it is directly impact to you or not. But yeah, at least it will eventually be their responsibility, when they're already gone from this world. So that's the reason why, although what they do were definitely limited through their life, but they will need to take the responsibility for almost eternity. Because why almost, maybe they eventually able to free, but I don't know how long, because it's definitely longer than what they trying to do in the world. Because yeah, life or time in the afterlife definitely will be so much different than what we are experiencing in this world. So yeah, everything so including our own desires. Because yeah, the only desires that we ever wanted in the afterlife were definitely something related to a peaceful. So that's the reason why some people always try to say rest in peace when people already gone from this world. Even though, yeah, it's definitely hard to get those peace, because no one ever kindly come back to life after many years of those peaceful, in order to, yeah, kind of like proving about those life. So yeah, that's something that we all must believe according to what we try to told. But yeah, it's just pretty hard, because the only thing that you basically can do are just trying to make you more understand about life. Because at some point, if you basically try to understand more about life rather than just trying to do unnecessary thing, which will definitely just a temporary, and if it is bad thing, I we definitely need to prevent those kind of thing as much as possible. Because for some reason, several peoples are basically pretty confident that all of their sin will be redeemed. But yeah, that's not that's not going to happen. Because yeah, it's will be pretty ridiculous to make people equals between the good and the bad one. Because yeah, God will definitely be the justice thing that we never experience in this world. So yeah, because we always think that life are not equal. Because yeah, the total equal is definitely need to be calculated in your life and in the afterlife. So that's the reason why we always try to expect a good thing in the afterlife, as long as we keep doing a good things in this life, or before we definitely got from this world. So that's the reason why, if you basically trying to do bad things, you definitely need to expect a bad things as well. So yeah, there's some recently another issue that's basically just appear, even though it's not that urgent, but it's still pretty annoying. Because yeah, it's definitely making me have more context than what I used to be. So yeah, everything was getting a little bit more stressful, but I basically tried to make other people experience the stress like me. So I basically kind of like reverse delegate, or maybe it's technically called escalate. Delegate is actually the word that I basically tried to mention in the previous several previous episodes. I'm not sure. I think it is it really the exact previous episode because yeah, it was annoying things that basically tried to move work from, I don't know, people who basically have a bigger salary into a smaller salary, although the smaller salary definitely already do a lot of works, but yeah, they still try to utilize it as much as possible, which is pretty annoying. So yeah, we basically need to reverse it, even though yeah, not everything can be reversed, obviously, because as the smaller salary, we still technically do with operational stuff, which basically pretty, I don't know, pretty easy to exchangeable, perhaps. I'm not sure, because it eventually, if people can get, if people is considered easy to be exchanged, then yeah, the product will definitely not going to be stable, and yeah, it eventually gone at some point when new people always feel overwhelmed with the situation, because yeah, it's definitely need some time to, I don't know, adjust or adapt with the previous things that already happened before, but he didn't, but they did by those new people is definitely not existed yet. So that's definitely will going to have several miss or the things that may never known before. So yeah, and the more complex the product or the system, it will basically make it longer as well for the adaptation is going on. I don't know what else that I basically want to talk about. It's just getting weird because my iPhone battery is actually already 82%, and I will try to stop at 81% just like yesterday, even though it is already 12 minutes. So yesterday recording, if I'm not mistaken, is around 18 minutes, but I definitely cannot reach those time because it's already 82%, and usually every minute the battery is just decrease even further. So I don't know. I think that's all that I can say. So I don't know whether if I still have some time, I will try to do a native language podcast, or even trying to process other content that I basically wanted to continue. So yeah, I think I don't know whether I basically got the enough motivation